very good morning, dear children. I hope you all are fine and safe with your family. Students, today in English, we will be learning a new lesson, that is lesson number 4.2, and name of the lesson is Unke Munke Timpet 2 from unit number 4. Unke Munke Timpet 2 is written by Sigrun Shrivastava. She is an Indian author of German origin. She has written over 25 books for children of all ages. This story revolves around Rohan, the main character of the story. It will be a fantastic birthday this year, I said in a mocking tone. Mocking means what, students? Making fun of someone. All I will get is a pair of shoes and a hand knitted pullover. I had asked for a table tennis set, but my mother said it is totally out of question this year. Okay, students, as I have told, the story is just revolving around Rohan, who is the main character of the story. So his birthday is approaching and he is asking that he needs a table tennis set. But Rohan's mother is saying that it is totally out of question this year. My friend Muk. So who is Muk? Muk is friend of Rohan. My friend Muk looked at me thoughtfully. He drew a bit closer and said, "Well, Rohan, I don't say I believe in it, but my cousin said it works. And there is no harm trying, don't you think?" So, what happens? Rohan's friend was there at that time and he drew a bit closer to Rohan and said, "Well, Rohan, that he believes in it. His cousin has said it works. And there is no harm trying, don't you think?" "Trying what?" I asked. "Well, my cousin said if you really want something badly, all you have to do is to run around a banyan tree at midnight and chant 17 times Unke Munke Timpe 2. So what Muk's cousin has told to Muk, that if we need something very badly, what we need to do is we need to run around a banyan tree, and that too at midnight. Okay, so while running we also needs to chant 17 times Unke Munke Timpe 2. I desperately wanted my wish to come through. Still I asked, why 17 times and why at midnight? After hearing what Muk said that we can do this like running around a banyan tree at midnight, so Rohan is saying why 17 times and why only at midnight? "Don't ask me," replied Muk, who was my best friend. "That is how it is done, I suppose. Why not try it? It would not do any harm." So see now, students, what happens ahead. I thought it was all nonsense. Besides, I couldn't think of any banyan tree in our neighborhood. Now what happened? Rohan is thinking all it is nonsense and he is thinking that there is no banyan tree in his neighborhood. There was one in old Mrs. Groover's garden, but who dared to enter her garden? Okay, dare means what, students? It means have the courage to do something. Okay, that means it is not possible to enter Mrs. Groover's garden. Not me, and not at midnight. Mrs. Groover had been the principal of our school till last year. So who was Mrs. Groover? Mrs. Groover was principal of his school till last year. One look from her piercing pale green eyes was enough to silence bullies like Rinku Lal of class 10th. I had seen it happen with my own eyes. Pale eye, piercing eyes means what, students? Eyes that look carefully and sharply at someone or something. So it was not at all possible to just go in Mrs. Groover's garden and take a round of 17 times, and that too of 10 at midnight. So this is what Rohan is thinking. Forget it, I said. However, the thought kept haunting me till the day before my birthday. Haunting means what, students? It means the thing which cannot be forgotten very easily. Okay? However, the thought kept haunting me till the day before my birthday, and I just could not think of anything else. He was just thinking about all this. Okay, I said to Mukh. If you come along with me, I will go to Mrs. Groover's garden tonight and do it. So Rohan couldn't think of anything else. So he said to Mukh, if you will give me a company, I will go to Mrs. Groover's garden tonight and we will do it. Now see what happens. Before moving ahead, students, let me ask you all one question. Find the sentences in which the author and his friend claim that they do not believe in magic. So the sentences are, I don't say I believe in it. And second one is, I thought it was all nonsense. Now moving ahead. Why should I come along? Asked Mukh. I have no secret wish. Now Mukh only told that about banyan tree and about unke munke timpetu. Now when he's been told to give him a company, he's just saying that why should I come? Come on, let us go and wish for my table tennis set. So at 10 minutes to 12, Mukh and I met at the back of old Mrs. Groover's garden. Okay, but because Mukh was his friend, so he was ready, and after that he told that before at 10 minutes to 12 they will be meeting at Mrs. Groover's garden. So that thing happened. Now what happens? We climbed and sat on the boundary wall. So who climbed and sat on the boundary wall? Mukh as well as Rohan. We looked down into the garden, which lay dark and silent in the dim light of the moon. Okay, so after reaching that place, they sat on the boundary wall and they were looking down into the garden, which lay dark and silent in the dim light of the moon. So why it was laying dark and it was silent? Because it was midnight and there was a banyan tree, its aerial roots swaying in the gentle breeze of the night. Aerial roots means what, student? It means roots that grow above the ground. We jumped down, reached the tree and looked around carefully. Okay, students, so after sitting for some time on the boundary wall, they both of them, Rohan as well as Mukh, they jumped down, reached the tree and looked around carefully. Now see what happens next. Imagine if she is awake, I whispered and pointed at Mrs. Groover's house. Nobody is awake at this ghostly hour of the night, hissed Mukh. Now, get going, run. Hissed means what, students? It means to make a noise like a long sound. I ran as fast as I could, chanting Unke Munke Timpetu. I wish my wish is coming true. Okay, so who's running and running very fast? Rohan is running very fast and also he's chanting Unke Munke Timpetu. I wish my wish is coming true over and over again. I felt a bit scared. That was why I tried to get it over quickly and increased my speed. Who got scared? Rohan. Why he's getting scared? Because he's thinking that if it doesn't get over fast, might be Mrs. Groover may come. Okay, so because of that fear, he started running fast so that it could get it completely very soon, and also he started to finishing fast the chanting of Unke Munke Timpetu. I increased the chanting too, and all the while I went on listening to the sounds of the night, a crackle here, a swish there. Okay, students, so this what had happened till here. He was running and running so that it should get very fast very soon. I hope, students, this much must be clear with everyone. Students, I would like to ask you all one more question, that is, if you hear about something that fulfill your wishes, would you try it? So, as per my opinion, if I hear about something that fulfill my wishes, it should not be too silly and harmful. I would definitely try it. But the condition is it should not be silly and it should never be harmful. The question, one more question I wish to ask you all. Do you think the author is brave? Yes. To be brave is to continue doing something even when you are afraid, or to face someone you are afraid of. The author did both these things. I hope, students, this much must be clear with everyone. The remaining part, what happened next, will be shown to y'all in our next video. So till the time, student, stay safe and thank you so much. A very good morning, dear students. I hope you all are fine and safe with your family. Students, today in English, we will be continuing with our same lesson, that is lesson number 4.2, and name of the lesson is Unke Munke Timpetu. The story Unke Munke Timpetu, written by Sigrun Shrivastava, revolves around Rohan, the main character of the story. Rohan's birthday is soon approaching and he wishes to have a table tennis set which he knows his parents will not be able to afford. He tells his wish to his best friend Muk. Muk tells him that if he really wished for the set, then he would have to go 17 times around a banyan tree at midnight while chanting Unke Munke Timpetu. At first scared, but decides to try his luck around the only banyan tree which belonged to his ex-principal, Mrs. Groover. Now what happens next, we will be seeing in our today's video. Suddenly, a ferocious bark tore the stillness of the night. Ferocious means what, students? It means fierce. Stillness means calm, quiet. Okay? I froze. Inside Mrs. Groover's house, lights flashed on and the back door was pushed open. Okay? What happened means? It means that while taking the rounds, immediately lights flashed and the back door of Mrs. Groover's house was opened. Who is there called Mrs. Groover? Answer, or I will send the dog at you. Muk, muk, I mumbled. Mumbled means what, students? Mumbled means say something quietly. So who's saying muk muk? Rohan is saying muk muk. Say something. But Muk was climbing up the tree. So why Muk started to climb the tree? Because Mrs. Groover just woke up, and because she woke up, she will definitely come and see who's there in her garden. So to not get caught, he started to climb the tree. When I saw Mrs. Groover bend down to unleash the dog, I pleaded, "Please don't send the dog at us. I will explain everything if you let me." If you let me means what? If you give me permission, if you allow me, then everything in detail I will be telling you. Who told this? This was told by Rohan to Mrs. Groover. Speak out soon, Mrs. Groover shouted. I told her everything. I feared she might not believe me. But she listened to me without interruption. Without interruption means what, students? It means without speaking anything in between. She just looked at me with the hard, light green eyes of hers as if she was trying to see right into my heart. So she asks finally, and you believe in Unke Munke Timpetu? Do you think it will help? I dropped my head and said softly, I hope it will. Well, she returned, if you believe so, go and finish your rounds. She turned, saying, and while leaving, would you mind using the front gate? I did finish the remaining 6 rounds and left her garden using the front gate. I swore that I would never return. So what it means, students? When Mrs. Groover heard what Rohan has said, immediately she told that if you believe so, go and finish your rounds. And while leaving, just use the front gate. Immediately after hearing this, Rohan started finishing the remaining 6 rounds and immediately he left her garden using the front gate. And at that time, he swore that he will never return in that particular place again. And then the great moment came. I opened my gifts, rejoiced over my new pair of shoes and the hand knitted pullover. And then my eyes fell on a parcel, a big parcel. I had never received such a big parcel earlier. To Rohan Khanna, I read from Unke Munke Timpetu. So what it means? As soon as Rohan reached his home, immediately after that, he opened his gifts. There was new pair of shoes and hand knitted pullover. And one more special thing was there. It was a big parcel. Rohan is thinking, I had never received such a big parcel earlier. And on the top of that parcel, it was written to Rohan Khanna from Unke Munke Timpetu. I started at Mukh and he looked as surprised as I was. So why Mukh got surprised? Because it was written from Unke Munke Timpetu. My mother asked, who is Unke Munke Timpetu? Isn't that an unusual name? Unusual name means which is not at all common. Yes, I said, very unusual indeed. I bent over the parcel and began to unpack it. I removed the strings and the paper impatiently. Impatiently means what, students? It means not having patience. We do something of the things in hurriedly. Okay, now finally I removed the colorful gift wrapping and found a table tennis set. It was not a brand new table tennis set, but it was a fabulous one. Fabulous means what, students? Wonderful. We can also call it as marvelous. Wow, I whispered, just wow. So students, I would like to ask one question. How do we know that Mukh was frightened? We know that Mukh was frightened because as soon as he heard Mrs. Groover's voice saying that she would let her ferocious dog loose on them, he started climbing up the tree. One more question I would like to ask. What opinion do you form of Mrs. Groover from the way she treats the boys? According to me, Mrs. Groover is a kind-hearted, patient and an understanding person. She did not jump to conclusions. She allowed the boys to give their reason for being in her garden so late at night. After hearing them calmly, she allowed Rohan to complete the 17 rounds around her banyan tree. Now we will see, students, what happens next. Till today, Mukh swears he has nothing to do with it. So what Rohan was thinking? Rohan was thinking that might be Mukh must have given this gift to him. But Mukh has not yet given that gift. And so do my parents. I wondered if old Mrs. Groover was responsible for the surprise. So Rohan thought first might be Mukh has given. Then he thought if Mukh has not given, might be his parents must has given. But even his parents has not given that gift. So who had given? Then he started thinking that might be Mrs. Groover must have given that gift. I wondered for a very long time. One day, I gathered up all the courage I possessed and went to meet Mrs. Groover. I used the front gate and rang the bell. I had gone over my lines 100 times, but when she looked down on me with her pale green eyes, I felt my heart sink and my courage vanish, and all I could do was stutter like an idiot. Good afternoon, madam. Do you, I mean, did you, have you, sorry, but do you believe in Unke Munke Timpettu? Now see, students, what happens next. Mrs. Groover continued to look at me with a strange look in her eyes. She replied softly but seriously, "Yes, I do believe in Unke Munke Timpettu." When Mrs. Groover was being asked whether she believed in Unke Munke Timpettu, she replied, "Yes, she believes in Unke Munke Timpettu. I had wished to have somebody over for tea today." It means, was student, even she had wished that someone should come for a tea today. And here you are. Now, isn't it a perfect example of Unke Munke Timpettu? She smiled and she looked so different, almost human. From that day onwards, Mukh and I went to see old Mrs. Groover quite often. Not only because she made the best tea and had the best cookies. No, we went because we liked her. And then we had one thing in common. We all believed in Unke Munke Timpettu. Okay, so why again and again, quite often, Mukh Rohan went to meet Mrs. Groover? Not because she made the best tea and she had the best cookies, because they liked her. And one thing was common in them, that they all believe in Unke Munke Timpettu. So here, students, we finish with this story. We come to an end. So we learned from this story that Unke Munke Timpettu is an act of friendliness. We must remember that an act of friendliness is an act of godliness. It keeps alive the humanity in us, which is very necessary to make this world a happy one. I hope, students, you all must have enjoyed this story. So till the time, stay safe and thank you so much. And do watch the video once again. Thank you so much.